So I've been in Japan for a bit over 10 months now, and when I got here I had the bright idea every foreigner only gets once they actually touch down, that being, I should probably learn Japanese. Now to be fair, I live on a base where everything is in English, and very rarely do I actually willingly go off said base, but still, the full Japanese experience involves being able to read a Japanese McDonald's menu, and if I can't do that, I shouldn't exist. So around 9ish months ago, I started learning a bit, just to get the very basics down. I did have prior experience learning Japanese via Duolingo back in April last year, but for God's sake put an asterisk next to learning. Duolingo, especially on mobile, is not that good. I was basically going in blind. From what I've learned so far though, here's the basics, explained in my own terrible way. You probably already know this, but Japanese has 3 different scriptures: hiragana, katakana, and kanji. The last one is the bane of my existence, but the first 2 are easy to explain, they're just alphabets. They both contain 46 different characters with 25 diacritics, and have the same sounds. The only difference is obviously the symbols, in that hiragana is used for native Japanese words, like oishi for example, which means delicious, whereas katakana is used for loanwords from other languages, so coffee in Japanese is kohi. God, my accent is terrible. So yeah, those are both easy to grasp onto. They may seem daunting at first, especially since so many of the characters look fairly similar to other ones. I especially want to know who is the designer behind this. But for the most part, hiragana and katakana are pretty simple. I mean, I literally learned most of katakana within an hour. And of course, once I got both of them in my head, I all of a sudden thought I was a Japanese prodigy and tried out everything. I got a Japanese teaching book, tried to read some Splatoon manga my sister had, set my device language to Japanese, played games in Japanese, occasionally would write in Japanese on schoolwork and stuff just because I could, and throughout all of these activities, I realized something. I don't know kanji. Kanji is the third and most complicated script of the 3. Unlike hiragana and katakana, kanji is a logographic writing system, so each symbol has its own meaning and saying sometimes. And you know, on its own, kanji is fine and pretty classy, like, come on, this is great. But if you take a look at all the kanji characters there are, yeah, you're in for a ride. More realistically, there's only around 2,000 that you need to know, but Christ's sake, still, I don't even know if I can recognize 2,000 English words. You have some sources tell you that you don't need to know kanji, and that's true if you only intend on speaking Japanese and not reading it, but if you expect to walk outside and fully understand your surroundings without knowing any, good luck! Kanji can be substituted with hiragana, which you'll typically see done in books, but again, in real life, don't count on that. That's essentially the really basic stuff, at least in my experience. There's more miscellaneous stuff like these things that very much confused me when I first saw them, and also Japanese ideophones. Yes, I looked up the name, which is kind of like onomatopoeia, but not really. It's stuff like this that symbolizes sounds and ideas. I don't know, it's hard to explain. I got the go-to stuff, that's all you need to know. As of now, I'm in a Japanese 1 class, which has greatly helped my handwriting and taught me a lot more basic words and phrases that I really should have already known, and there's been like one time where I used my Japanese skills in an actual real-world scenario where I fumbled really bad. But at the end of the day, where I'm at now, I've still got like 20,000 trials and years of practice ahead of me.